Well, we got some parts. Don't get too excited. Nothing for me from Speed Engineering, at least. These are actually for a customer of mine. These are some long tubes for a GTO. Spano, if you're watching this, it's your headers, man. Get those to you soon. Anyhow, picked up some new parts for the Subaru, and as you can tell by the title, yes, it is time. It is almost dyno day for Sabrina, the STI. So I'm going to get right to it. I talked to Metro Performance. They were initially going to do my tune, but unfortunately Reese Tune isn't with them. They're actually getting Sean back to start tuning for them, so they're not going to be using the dyno for about a month, and I need to tune ASAP because this thing is running horrible. So unfortunately, not going with Metro. You know, they're sort of the best in the business right now, at least in SoCal. So the fact that I'm not going with them, I started looking at people local to me that have made cars that make power and go fast and also last a long time. So I looked into, you know, Yimi Sport and stuff like that, but Yimi, I've yet to see a really fast car come out of Yimi that's reliable, other than that Kimosabi STI guy, the black one. He just sold it the other day, but that car was pretty fast and it seemed pretty damn reliable. But other than that, I've never really had a good taste in my mouth when it came to those guys. So, not gonna bash them or talk about them. They're actually good people, just not my cup of tea. So anyhow, as far as the dyno goes, we are going to be going with Church Automotive. A lot of people know Church. They use a Dynapack, which is pretty cool. I can't wait to show you guys that. Rather than being on like a Dyno Jet or like a Mustang dyno where they're, you know, regular rollers and whatnot, with the Dynapack, it's basically a hub-centric dyno. So you're gonna have these big boxes right here, which, you know, calibrate everything, and it's literally they have to pull the wheels off and then bolt on this little hub, and the hub is what spins the little machine and that gives the reading. So it's pretty cool. I mean, they read a tad bit high compared to dyno jets and, you know, say like the Heartbreaker dyno and stuff like that, but you get a good gist of it. It is Tuesday, September 18th. You guys are going to be watching this Wednesday the 19th, and then we should be getting the car ready. A little bit tired, but car's got to be ready and in tip-top shape. Can't talk. For the dyno on Thursday. My appointment's for Thursday at 10 a.m. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see this thing put down some numbers. Now, I also want to address that. When you guys see the video, don't think that this thing's gonna make crazy high numbers. It's not. It's really not. The car, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. These cars feel incredibly fast, and they are pretty fast for what they are, with low power, so you don't necessarily need big power to go fast on one of these things. Now, the reason why we're not probably even going to hit at 500, as I've said before many times, is because of the fuel pump. I'm running an AEM single, you know, what is it, a 320 LPH fuel pump, which isn't enough. That's good for like 450 to 500 wheel horsepower, depending on the dyno. For instance, Metro's dyno, you know, and the AEM pump is only good for like 400 wheel. So if I want any more power out of this thing, you know, if I want to pretty much be a dyno queen and, you know, get fancy numbers and cool dyno graph sheets and all that, I got to spend over $2,000 redoing the whole fuel system. I have enough injectors, so that's one good thing. I've got my ID 1300s, but there's more to inject than just injectors to a fuel system, and I don't have the money to do full, you know, dash fucking lines and an air motor regulator and the dual pump. I don't got money for all that right now, so we're gonna hold off a little bit and see what it puts down with this single pump. Well, as far as changing things on the car, as you guys know, it was a failed attempt last time we tuned it. Nothing went right. Car still drove like shit. It's been driving like shit ever since. Finally, the boost leak is fixed, but my wastegate noise, it's still gone. That's why there's no point in doing any POV or fun videos, because why? You can't hear anything. That's not fun. You want to be able to hear this thing scream and hear it on the GoPro. So, got to get that fixed. How are we fixing that? We're going with the trusty old Grimspeed electronic boost control solenoid. So Metro Performance actually had recommended this to me. I told them, you know, about, because they were like, why did you go with the Company 23? And then, you know, why'd you try and go with the manual? And I basically told them straight up, I said, look, I said, the dude who tuned it said that I wasn't going to have any luck eliminating that flutter with the Grimspeed, so I just didn't want flutter at all. And he said, no. He said, our tuner Reese over here can 110% guarantee you no flutter out of the Grimspeed. So I got it. And unfortunately, not getting tuned by Metro due to their little mishap, which sucks. You know, I really wanted Danny to have his hands on this build now, but unfortunately not. You know, things happen. Maybe in the future I can always go back to them and have them do work on the car, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to give Church a shot and hopefully get this thing to let my wastegate scream. So there's nothing too much to, you know, the thing. I actually got this from a guy, the person that I got my AEM cold air intake from. He had his STI, he put all these parts on it for like 2 months, and then the car literally just threw a rod or got ringland failure, something crazy like that. But you get it. I got a good deal on this. I actually traded him that manual one that I bought and 40 bucks. And I got this thing. So pretty good deal. Got the boost controller I wanted, and all it took was a manual one that was sitting in my back seat ever since it didn't work that night, and 40 bucks. So on to bigger and better things, and I'm really excited to use this. It should be pretty cool. But what are we doing to prep for the dyno? That's actually what we're going to be doing tonight. As you can see here, these lines are really small. I believe these are like 5/32 fittings. They're really tiny, which is really funny to me. They're like super small, and I didn't notice until I compared it to my Company 23 boost controller. My Company 23 boost controller is like a 1/8 size fitting, which is the same size fitting on my blow-off valve, on my external wastegate, on everything. So all my boost lines right now are running that big fat fitting, whereas my Grimspeed boost controller has a very tiny little fitting. So obviously my hoses are really big, it's not gonna fit. Like there's no way in hell that it'll fit, unfortunately. So what are we gonna do about that? I actually went to AutoZone and I picked up some reducers. So we're actually going to cut the 2 lines, because yes, I am running 3-port solenoids on my car, but for some odd reason, because my turbo doesn't come with the little barb fitting plumbed on the side of the compressor housing, we're only utilizing 2 ports, and we're tapping off of 1 port for boost reference. So we're not utilizing all 3, and we're just using 2. Now basically with that setup, it's pretty cool because it's less hoses, you know, everywhere. It doesn't look as messy. So I gotta hook this up. So I went and bought reducers. Pretty much just gonna have to put the hose coming off of here, put a reducer where you can't see it, and then on the same bottom one, hose off of there, reducer where you can't see it, connecting to the existing fat lines that are in the car. So that's what we're gonna be working on. We're gonna be installing this just so it's ready to go. And while we did that, today I actually took a really long drive that I'm not happy about out to like San Gabriel Valley area to pick up this. This is something else that Metro and Sean at Church Automotive actually recommended to me. Well, they didn't recommend it, they say it is 100% needed, and I will tell you why. This, ladies and gents, is a Cobb 4-bar map sensor. If you're like me and you're not, you know, MAF tuned and your speed density, this is absolutely a must. Actually, it's a must whether you're MAF or speed density. It really doesn't matter. This is something that you have to do in order for your car to run properly. When I told Metro about my setup, when I was just inquiring about a tune, he was like, okay, so I take it the car doesn't run right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, look, dude, if you're on a stock map sensor, there's no way in hell that thing could run right at all. He's like, you can't read certain parameters. There's a lot of things that you cannot do unless you have a bigger and better map sensor. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, the car's tuned and it's running fine right now. And he's like, nope, no it's not. So at first I was like, you know what, maybe he's just trying to sell me on a map sensor. Then, you know, later on when I talked to Sean earlier today, he was like, you're not on a Cobb map sensor? I said, no, I'm not. He's like, dude, there's no way that car runs. Like, I want to see that tune because I've never heard of a car running on the stock map sensor being speed density tuned. So I had to bust a pretty crazy mission today, going all the way to like the San Gabriel Valley area to the original Cobb SoCal headquarters, which is now known as Ant Spec Performance. So they build a bunch of Subarus. They literally took over Cobb's old shop, which is pretty crazy. I got to see a bunch of cool stuff over there. They gave me a little shop tour. That was awesome. Shout out to my man Jerry over there. That was pretty cool of him. But yeah, and he also put this on hold for me. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to get this, you know, on hand ready for the Dyno tune on Thursday. So I was in a little bit of a pickle. Luckily, they had ordered 2 of them for some customers that they were doing tunes on this week. And I just so happened to luck out, and they gave me one of them. So, excited. So right here with the Cobb map sensor, we're going to test fit it tonight, but we're not going to fully install it. And reasons why are just because the car isn't going to run. And I need to be able to drive it down there. So once I get to church, I'm basically just gonna have to tear this thing open and install it on the car, and then once it is installed, then we'll be able to start tuning it. But all it comes in the box is the map sensor I'll show you, and 2 Cobb stickers. Who else doesn't love stickers? Stickers are awesome. I have an entire collection. It's pretty cool. When you build a car, you get so many stickers. I have a drawer full. And I'm like a sticker hoarder. I don't stick them on anything. I'm just like holding on to them, waiting to find something to put them on, and I just have yet to do it. So it does come with hardware. It comes with these little washers, and what are these, Allens? Yes, these are Allen bolts for the map sensor, and this is the map sensor itself. Make it better light. There you go. There's Cobb right there. So this is going to be our Cobb 4-bar map sensor, and this is basically what's going to unlock all the boosties. I wish I had a bigger fuel system, that way we could really push a lot of boost through this thing, but I don't. And you know what? Maxing out this single pump, I'll already right now undyno tuned, driving like shit. It's fast as fuck and it's pretty scary. So I can only imagine with the proper dyno tune and proper parts how this thing's gonna feel. So I don't even think there's a need for dual pumps. This isn't my full-on race car. That's what the Camaro's for. This will be just a really fun, reliable street car with this setup. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get my light out of the back seat here. Oh, no way. Did I lock it? No. I gotta go inside and get my keys. Hang on. Goodbye, Company 23. Alright, so a little bit of an update for you guys. We've got our Company 23 anti-surge out of the car. And we have our Grimspeed installed. Obviously I've got it just hanging out until we finish the tune. After the tune's finished, I'm going to reroute these lines nicer and find a nice home, somewhere to mount it really nice where it stands out and looks pretty cool like that. So we'll figure it out. But as I was saying, how I'm only utilizing 2 ports, just that top one, which is port number 3, which is boost reference, and then port number 2, which is going to be our external wastegate. So other than that, plugs right in, 2 ports utilized. Just gonna tuck this right there like that, and then that should be good. As far as the map sensor, I was gonna take it off, but it's really simple. I mean, it's literally identical. Let's see. Let's check this out. So it's literally identical. I mean, if you butt them nose to nose like this, they are the exact same size. So they're the same size, and I also verified the plugs are exactly the same as well. So our Cobb sensor is good to go. Our boost controller is set up. And now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over all of my hose clamps. Well, not hose clamps. I'm gonna go over all of my T-bolt clamps. So got 2 right there, 2 right there, 2 down there, 2 up here, 2 right there, and then these I'm gonna get under the car and I'll be able to get to 2 and 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh geez. I don't even think that's right. I'm tired. But anyhow, you get the point. just gonna finalize it now, but as far as I'm concerned, she's ready for the tune. Our map sensor is good to go. Groom speed electronic boost control solenoid's good to go. That's connected. Just gotta put new zip ties on that. Put zip ties on the boost controller. Put an extra zip tie on the blow-off valve. Go over all the clamps, and then Thursday we're gonna install this, and we should be good to go. So anyhow, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys are excited for Thursday. You guys will probably get that video either Thursday night or Friday morning. But yes, I am going to be vlogging when I go there, and I am going to record the dyno, so that should be pretty cool. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this little video of just getting the car prepped up and ready for the big day. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video right now. Thank you all for watching. As always, hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for Thursday. It's a big day, long time coming, and should be pretty fun. A little nerve-wracking, but should be fun. Hopefully she makes power, and hopefully she stays together, if you know what I mean. But say a prayer for Sabrina. Let's hope she does well and she performs as nice as she should. Gonna go over one more time, check all the car, make sure all the clamps are good, make sure I've got everything routed correctly, and top off the oil, make sure the coolant's all good, and she's ready for her drive on Thursday. Well, alright guys, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. It's gonna be a good one, so stay tuned.